So if I wanted to make a thin scarf, once you get to this spot right here, you're going to, this is how I like to decrease, and Courtney, tell me if this is not how you do it. I turn my work and I slip stitch in 1, 2, and 3.
Uh-huh.
Do you chain one?
No.
Okay.
No.
So turn your work and you're gonna skip this first double crochet and you're gonna slip stitch in the second double crochet and you're gonna slip stitch in the third double crochet. So you're back at a chain space. And you just made a nice little corner right here. So you should have a slip stitch in double crochet 2 and 1 if you're working backwards, because this is double crochet 3, 2, 1. And then slip stitch in the chain 3 space, and then you're going to work your way back. So you're in a chain 3 space, you chain 3, and then you put 3 double crochets in that space. So do you need me to repeat that, Margaret?
Nope, I got it.
Good. Once I get to over here, if I want to continue on making my piece longer, I would just get to this spot where I'm going to work 3 double crochet in here, and then I would chain 6 and keep going, and that would make this side longer, and this side's going to stay 5 across.
I feel like I should have a light bulb over my head.
Okay, let's go. Let's get there, and I'll show you. So this will forever be 5 across. Chain 3. You're going to put 3 double crochet in this chain space. And then you're going to work your way back up the steps. So slip stitch in that chain 3 space and work right back up to the top, same way. So you're going to chain 3. When you get to your chain 3 space, you're going to slip stitch, chain 3, put your 3 double crochet in the chain space. And then you're going to increase your block again. So chain 6. And just the usual increase that we've been doing. Double crochet in the 4th, 5th, and 6th chain from the hook.
But then you
same way we've been doing it all the time, like all the time. You're increasing on this side and decreasing on the other side. So nothing's different on this end.
Right.
You're going to do your 3 double crochet, slip stitch in the space. So when you get to this chain 3 space, you're going to slip stitch, and you're going to turn and slip stitch back across the double crochet, because you're decreasing this side. You're not growing this side. But since I'm not increasing this side, I'm going to turn my work. And this is exactly what I did. I flipped my yarn around my working loop. And tightened it. And then slip stitched across those 3 double crochet. And then slip stitch in the chain space. And then chain 3. And work back up the steps. So this side is staying 5, and this piece will get as long as this side will get as long as you want. And I'm going to use a different color just to make it a little bit easier to see where we're going. So I joined in my corner, and I'm going to chain 6. And then we're going to work in the 4th, 5th, and 6th chain from the hook, doing a double crochet in each one. All right, Lee.
And Lee was not here, but
I know. I saw that.
Yeah.
I can take a minute and start. I can start one.
Yeah, I was gonna say decrease, maintain first, so that anyone who is
that's here
maintain questions out of there.
Right.
Yeah, and then we can do an increase.
So
I like
it. The way that I usually do it is what I just did, and the way that Courtney does it is she turns before. So I should have probably started with my piece this way. And then I just realized that I had to flip it up. So my chain was where it needed to be to go back down or back up the steps. So did you see how I did that? I joined here, chain 6, and then worked. I kind of worked it this way. So then I had to turn it around or flip it if we're using the old language.
Old language.
And this is where you, like, I get kind of confused sometimes, like if you were like this and you have nowhere to connect your loop to, like there's no chain space over here, you have to turn it this way to have a chain space near your hook, so it's lined up. So you slip stitch to the chain 3 space, and then you chain 3. So we're just working back up the steps of the piece. And it's chain 3, 3 double crochet in the chain 3 space that you slip stitch to. My last chain 3 space, I'm going to do my 3 double crochet. And then this is the last chain 3 space on the side to work with. You're going to slip stitch into that. Now, because we're on the maintaining side, we're not going to grow anymore this way. We're going to slip stitch to the chain space and then turn your work. And then you're going to slip stitch back across these 3 double crochet. I like to put my yarn in front of my loop, but it doesn't matter. Just get the yarn to the other side of your hook. And then you slip stitch in the chain space. Then you chain 3, and then you work your 3 double crochet in there, in that space. So you know when you get back to your taller side that you're going to increase over here. This is the part where my grandmother always called the middle. Which if you're making a rectangle blanket.
Like the way I looked at my corner to corner when I was making that big blanket was there were 3 individual sections. There was the beginning increase, the middle maintain,
Yep.
and the ending decrease. So anything that wasn't all the way increasing or all the way decreasing was my middle. And it just made sense to my brain to call it that.
Yes. So as wide as your blanket is, or as wide as your piece is, that's how many blocks you'll have in each row. I didn't add over here. I'm going to add over here. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll always have the number of the width that you stopped with.
Since like in the maintaining section, you do something different on each side, but when you flip it, it's the opposite side. So if you have it's a little mini clothespin, and I just keep that right along the one side, and I move it up all the time. So when I feel that, I know that that's the one that I'm supposed to, do the different thing on.
A good idea.
So I'm going to increase on this side. And I chained 6. I did a double crochet in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, chain from the hook. And now I'm going to slip stitch to this chain 3 space. And you chain 3, and you just carry on back up your steps.